Hi everybody. I found this article right after my last video, and I just want to scroll through it and tell you some thoughts. I think that these walkouts are a neat idea, but I think that there are many ways to get your voice heard. I don't think that walking out and doing this whole thing about guns is really a good idea. I think that there are many ways to get your voice heard, and you're just walking out on school. Sure, it's only one day, but you know what? It's just too norm. You know what I mean? You just get numb to it. Here's a quote from a 10-year-old. I'm 10 years old. In 8 years I will vote to change this. I implore you to listen to the youth, because I will not be silenced. A 5th grader wrote that letter into Congress. I hope that name of the 5th grader is Merriam-Webster. At this high school, they had a bunch of students gather and tell them. I guess they had a meeting in the auditorium or something. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't really get it. I mean, yeah, you're upset about something, but, it's sort of like a whatever kind of thing. I don't like the whole enough is enough. Enough what? Enough school shootings is enough. You know, I don't know if they get this, but nobody is disagreeing with you. Nobody wants there to be school shootings. Maybe that's just me, though. I'm sure there are some sick people out there that are like, wow, I can't wait for a school shooting. Despicable. I think that a lot of this is people pushing their own agenda, and some people are using the kids just to push that agenda. A lot of these people don't do research, and they don't understand what they're talking about. The whole Parkland thing was a tragedy, and it's just sort of being exploited. But I guess the same thing happened with Sandy Hook. I don't know. This one girl is quoted saying, I've never known a world where there aren't mass shootings. She wasn't even born when the shooting at Columbine happened. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but as long as there are guns, there are going to be shootings. Going back in time, I'm sure you can go back very far, and there will still be mass shootings. I think unless you lived before the age of gunpowder, then maybe there wasn't mass shootings. Maybe there was mass arrowings. Our generation is so easily discredited as the social media generation, always on our phones. But look at what social media has done for this movement. It turned this into a national thing. You know what else social media did? It pushes false information. The whole term, fully semi-automatic, that's a social media thing. You can't make this shit up. These states that ban bump stocks, I don't know if they understand this, but bump stocks are extremely inaccurate. They make weapons very inaccurate. The only reason that they were effective in the Las Vegas shooting was because there was a mass of people. I don't know if people understand that, though. Some states are trying to go back and remove permits for people that have them. I don't know what would really change. Banning bump stocks. Whatever. I don't think it's more of a novelty thing instead of an actual point. I think arming teachers is not the best course of action, but it's certainly not the worst. I think this is sort of interesting. This section says it also calls on Congress to pass the Fix NICS Act, a bipartisan bill introduced after the Sutherland Springs, Texas shooting to strengthen the background check system. The White House's plan is largely NRA friendly, but the White House did not take similar action in the wake of the mass shooting in Las Vegas or Sutherland Springs. What does that mean? What does that even mean? If what they're talking about is to strengthen background checks, Stephen Paddock, the guy that did the Las Vegas shooting, I don't think there was anything wrong with him. He just came across as an average Joe. So what, he owned a couple guns. Who really cares? How are you going to take guns away from a normal person? That seems to be what you're asking for. I don't know. Well, I guess that wraps up this video. Tune in next time for some more Vox bullshit.